Hi, third graders. Welcome back to Cursive. We are about to finish the last few letters of the lowercase alphabet. All of the letters in this series are overcurve letters, up and overcurve. And so you can see I've written all the letters we learned so far. You know quite a few. And today we're going to start with the letter N. Before we start, it's good to have a whiteboard or just a blank piece of paper and a pen to practice before you practice on lined paper. Have a piece of lined paper ready also for when you're ready to move there. Make sure you're focused on the 4 keys to legibility: size, shape, slant, and spacing. I'm just going to review the overcurve stroke first, since we've gotten used to writing down curved letters. An overcurve stroke starts at the bottom, up and overcurve, up and overcurve, up and overcurve, up and overcurve. That is your basic overcurve stroke. So let's try N. Up and overcurve, pull back. Up and overcurve, pull back. Undercurve. There's your lowercase n, boys and girls. I'll show you again. Up and overcurve, pull back once. Up and overcurve, pull back twice. Undercurve. Up and overcurve, pull back once. Up and overcurve, pull back twice. Undercurve. Up and overcurve, pull back once. Up and overcurve, pull back twice. Undercurve. There it is. That's all there is to it. Up and overcurve, pull back. Up and overcurve, pull back. Undercurve. There's your lowercase n. Let's try some connections or joinings before we go on to lined paper. Let me show you NN. Up and overcurve once, pull back. Up and overcurve twice, pull back. Watch. Undercurve, up and overcurve, pull back. Up and overcurve, pull back. Undercurve. Did you see that joining there? Let me show you again. Up and overcurve, pull back. Up and overcurve, pull back. Undercurve, up and overcurve, pull back. Up and overcurve, pull back. 2 ends together in that joining there. Let's try a few others. I'm going to show you some that are very common in words. Here's the first 2 joinings. If you read SN as in snake and KN as no, I know when your birthday is, then you're correct. Those 2 joinings are very common in words you would frequently write. Let me show you a few others. Let's see if you can read them. If you read NA, ND, and NE, you are right, and you're getting very good at reading cursive. Okay, I think it's time to move on to the lined paper. Now, when practicing on lined paper, it's fun to use a pen, and you need to now pay attention, though, to the 4 keys to legibility. So Mrs. D is going to write them on top to remind you. Size of your letters, the shape of your letters, the slant of your letters, and then, of course, the spacing between your letters when you write words. Lined paper, boys and girls, helps you with all of those things. Now, if you are a righty, slant your paper to the right. That will automatically slant your page. If you're a lefty, pull the paper and slant it towards you like this. So make sure you're sitting in a chair with your feet on the floor, and you're sitting nice and tall. Push your chair in so it supports your back, and make sure you hold the paper the right way. Mrs. D does not slant the paper when I'm making these videos so that you can see what I'm doing. But if you're a righty, your paper gets slanted this way to the right. lefty slant it this way. This will automatically slant your writing. And cursive is always slanted. Always slanted. Okay, here we go. All right, just ends by themselves. And then we'll do some joinings in words. So here we go. Up and over curve, pull back. Up and over curve, pull back. Under curve. Up and over curve, pull back. Up and over curve, pull back. Under curve. Up and over curve, pull back. Up and over curve, pull back. Under curve. There's your N. You can also say, and this is going to help you because an M is just like an N except one more over curve. Up and over curve once, up and over curve twice, under curve. Up and over curve once, up and over curve twice, under curve. Now, I like to tell kids they should circle their best N on the line. You'll fill the whole line up because the more you practice, the better your cursive is. I think this one's my best size, shape, and slant. There's your N. Let's try some joinings on lined paper, like the ones we did when we practiced on the whiteboard. We'll do some different ones this time. And one more. This word. If you read NS, NT, NK, GN, and a few words start with GN, like the word gnaw, which is the word for when an animal chews on something. Gnaw has a GN, and the word ON, on. If you read those joinings, you're getting excellent at reading cursive. Let's try a few words before I show you some common N mistakes. Here's the first word. Second word. And third word. I like this word because that is a double N joining. Good practice. If you read night, band, and inn, which is kind of like a hotel, you read it correctly and your cursive reading is getting very good. Okay, before I let you go and try N's on your own, I want to show you a very common N mistake, and it happens to be a joining mistake. So that's what you have to be careful of with N. It's very, very tricky sometimes to connect two N's together. So this is the correct joining. Up and over curve once, up and over curve twice, under curve, then over curve once, pull back, over curve twice, pull back, under curve. That's what it should look like. This is what sometimes kids do, which is a mistake. Be careful of this. Up and over curve once, pull back, up and over curve twice, pull back, under curve, but go into the over curve, pull it back, up and over curve again, pull back, under curve. Okay, so this is what your N joining should look like. Beware of this mistake. Happy cursive writing. Make sure you take a picture of your work and send it to your teacher. See you next time, third graders.